Hello students, welcome in this session. From today we are going to discuss section 2, that is poetry. We are going to study our first poem 2.1, Song of the Open Road. So welcome students. Here we are going to discuss questions in icebreakers. Choose the mode of travel that you would like the most for a journey: airways, waterways, railways, or roadways. Give reasons for your preference. So, if we choose a particular way, then there are reasons associated with that ways. That is why, if we consider roadways, then the excitement and enjoyment we have is totally different from railways, waterways, or airways. So the excitement and enjoyment, the nature we are going to observe, the views, meeting unknown people, watching them, and watching earth from the height is totally different. So whatever way we are going to prefer is the reason why we are going to enjoy it. So traveling through these ways gives various reasons. If we consider roadways, then we can take regular halts, we can stop wherever we choose, and we can observe each and every geographical forms uh, in our way. So according to the ways we are going to give reasons, because this is the reason that promotes us, that tells us to choose the road. Discuss with your partner the preparations you would like to make for the journey. So wherever we want to go, we have to do preparations regarding that place. We have to gather information, we have to find out what are the ways available, whether the place is accessible by various ways, what are the places we must visit them. In other words, the speciality of a place. We have to study the map of the place, and we can also keep it with us. We have to think about the suitable season to visit the place, and we can also gather information about things to buy, which will definitely help us. Discuss the ways in which you would overcome the problems, hindrances, difficulties you face during your journey. So whatever you are doing, whatever it may be a journey, but whatever you are doing, it is accepted there are some problems, hindrances, difficulties in your way. So you have to take precautions, you have to take arrangement for whatever problems may arise in your journey. The problems may be regarding food, water, and shelter. It may be regarding the availability of seat. It may be regarding adequate money which is needed in the journey. It may be needed regarding needed clothes, and it may be regarding your health. So you have to take necessary medicines with you that will be useful for you in the journey. At the same time, you have to make your luggage compact so you can carry it easily. During every journey, we have to observe certain rules. Discuss your ideas of journey without any restrictions. You can begin like this. So we know that we have a set of rules. Wherever we go, we have to follow few restrictions. So, what is your idea of a journey without any restriction? An example is given over here. I would go alone, so I don't need anybody with me, or I would like to go with selected friends, or what we can say with a specific group of uh, people, or with all those friends you prefer while you are going on a journey. Then what else we can say, that I don't want to carry the luggage. This can be your idea of restriction free journey. So I don't want to carry the luggage. Then the next thing is that I do not want to go for a specific period. I want to travel to the heart's contentment, so there will be no restriction of period, for number of days or number of months, etc. Then you want to have a restriction free journey. That is why whatever ways you want to prefer, you can prefer, because you don't want to get restricted by the ways which is available. So there are so many other things that you don't want to get restricted by the responsibilities and burdens and tensions which are there you at your home. So these things are also not going to hamper you while you are going to have a journey or you want to enjoy the journey. So all these things are there which we can consider that the it will help you to have a restriction free journey. Here we have an introduction of the poet Walt Whitman. Lifespan of the poet is given over here from 1819 to 1892. Walt Whitman was an American poet, essayist, and journalist. Whitman is among the most influential poets in the American canon. It means that he is known for his authentic writing and is often called the father of free verse. He is known for the way he writes, that is, using free verse. He grew up in Huntington in a family with a difficult economic status. It means that he born in a poor family. His major work, Leaves of Grass, was published in July 1855. His O Captain, My Captain, a poem written on the death of Abraham Lincoln, is widely popular. The section 1 of the poem Song of the Open Road from Leaves of Grass is a beautiful blend of it's a beautiful mixture of self-awareness, free will and tenderness of heart. It gives us poets realization that along the journey of life one will face a test of wisdom. This is very important thing to remember that the along the journey of life one will face a test of wisdom which is not tested in any school or university. So real education starts after your schooling or after your school or college. A road is something everyone uses, whether rich or poor, and it forces all levels of people to associate with one another. So here he is advocating about the democratic values, that a road is the place where all levels of people are on the equal platform. The road signifies mobility, the way the person moves on. The road signifies mobility. One can take the road as a point to start over towards something new. So it gives us a chance to reinvent, it gives us chance to explore ourselves. So it gives us a chance to start something new. Whitman talks about the people and places. He argues against staying in one place for too long. He do not like to stop at one place. Although the hospitality may be true, he likes all those things, that welcoming, going somewhere as a guest, and coming of a people as a guest. He likes all these things, but still he do not like staying at one place. So here we found that here in this poem he talks about places and people at the same time. Places here it means he is talking about the road actually. So here is the actual poem Song of the Open Road. Afoot and light-hearted I take to the open road, healthy, free, the world before me. Afoot and light-hearted. Afoot means what? The poet is on foot. Now he is in motion. Now he is making progress. He is steering. Now the poet is starting a journey. He is embarking on a journey. And how he is? He is light-hearted. He is in a joyful mood. He is in a happy mood. He is taking pleasure in being alive. He is enjoying whatever he has. So afoot means he is embarking his journey, and at the same time he is in a happy mood. I take to the open road, healthy, free, the world before me. How is the world? The world is full of spirit. It is vigorous and free without any restriction. The world before me. The long brown path before me leading wherever I choose. The long brown path means the bare land. The road available is leading him wherever he choose. So he has the freedom to choose the mm, path. He has the freedom to go at wherever place he prefers. So a long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. Henceforth I ask not good fortune. He is not asking for good luck. He is not asking for fortune. I myself am good fortune. He called himself as a good luck, as a good fortune. Henceforth I whimper no more. He is not going to cry, he is not going to sob. So I am not, he is not going to whimper. I whimper no more, postpone no more. So there is no need to postpone his plan. Now he has started his journey. He needs nothing. Henceforth, I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. He needs nothing more than whatever he has. Done with indoor complaints, libraries, querulous criticism. So whatever indoor activities are there, he is now exhausted. He has fully spent. Now he is finished with whatever indoor activities are there. Now he do not want to spend more time in complaints, in libraries, means all those indoor activities. Querulous criticism means complaining, showing that one is irritated. So now he is no more interested in all these things. Strong and content, I travel the open road. Open road. Strong and content, I travel the open road. Now he is talking about his state of mind. Now he has started the journey, and at that time he is full of confidence. He is satisfied. He is pleased. He is all right, and that is why he called himself as strong and content. I travel the open road, the earth that is sufficient. Now whatever he has, it is adequate enough for him. So the earth that is sufficient. I do not want the constellation any nearer. Here constellations means, in this context, fate or destiny or influential groups of people. Here we say that he had already said that the earth that is sufficient. He do not want the constellations any nearer. कॉन्स्टेलेशन्स नक्षत्र, ग्रह, तारे, तारका समूह ज्यांचा आपल्या आयुष्यावर परिणाम होऊ शकतो असं म्हटलं जातं. सो आय डू नॉट वॉन्ट एनी डिरेक्शन एनी हेल्प फ्रॉम देम. सो आय डू नॉट वॉन्ट द कॉन्स्टेलेशन्स एनी नियरर. I know they are very well where they are. Here the poet is talking about the influential groups of people, people who may influence us in our life. I know they are very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. So he do not want any help, anyone, and he is happy and contented with whatever he has. Still here, I carry my old delicious burdens. He is talking about his burdens. But how are the burdens? Old delicious burdens. There are some memories. There are some old sweet memories which are there, and the burdens are there. The heavy load is there. The responsibility is there. But how it is? It is old delicious. I carry them, men and women, I carry them with me wherever I go. He is carrying them without any complaining. He do not want to be he do not want to depart from them. He do not want to carry them. Actually, he has accepted them. Wherever I go, I carry them, men and women, I carry them with me wherever I go. I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. He also tells us that it is impossible to get rid of them. We cannot run away from whatever problems, difficulties are there in our life, whatever ups and downs are there, whatever boom and bust cycle is there in our life. We have to accept it and we have to move on. We have to understand that there is no need to run away from that, because the thing is a part of a life. The thing cannot define us, the thing cannot stop us. So we do not need to worry about it, and we have to move on. So here we found that the poet is full of self confidence, self belief. He know how to come over the obstacles. He is independent, and all these things are important in one's life. So I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. I am filled with them and I will feel them in return. So this is what is important in our life. Problems, difficulties, and whatever things are there, they are going to be there in our journey. We are going to start with it and we are going to finish with it, but we don't need to do any worry due to that. We don't need to stop over there. The thing is not going to stop us. So the thing is very important. The message is given by the poet is very important in our life. Now this is the time to study the poetic devices. Read the expression old delicious burdens. A burden cannot be delicious, because delicious are the things which are very good in taste, but here burden is called as a delicious, having a sweet taste. The poet has used this combination of words to express that he has many sweet memories of the people and places which he would like to remember forever. The poet has used seemingly contradictory expressions to convey the meaning that his heart is full of sweet memories of good and kind people. Though he wants to be free from any type of attachment, he wants to cherish these sweet memories in his heart forever. The expression contains opposite ideas and make it seem absurd or unlikely, although it may be true. This is called paradox. So paradox is the figure of speech where the ideas are given which are contradictory to each other. They may seem absurd or unlikely, but those statements may be true. So here also we found that delicious burdens are there. Delicious means the one will cherish, the one will like to remember, but at the same time you do not want any kind of attachment from anything. So these both the things are contradictory, and that is why it is a paradox. Free verse. We are talking about the free verse. We know that Walt Whitman is known as the father of free verse. So, what is free verse? Free verse is a poetry that does not rhyme or have a regular rhythm. The features of free verse are: it is a literary device that is free from limitations of regular meter or rhythm, does not rhyme with fixed form. There is no fixed form, and still it provides an artistic expression. In this way the poet can give his own shape to a poem as he desires, and can use various poetic devices to create the effect he considers suitable for the piece. So whatever idea he has, he can express it very well with the help of free verse. As free verse gives greater freedom for choosing words and conveying their meanings to readers, it is free from artificiality of a typical poetic expressions. So it easily goes away from the artificiality of a typical poetic expression. This technique is commonly used in modern poetry. So one of the famous techniques in modern poetry is writing in a free verse. Things to remember: although free verse requires no meter, rhythm, or other traditional poetic techniques, it is the use of internal pattern of sounds, the choice of exact words, and their chosen places are the factors which attribute the free verse its lyrical or rhythmic beauty. So, though there is no fixed or regular rhythm or no rhyming is there, Still it has its own pattern. It is described over here that it is the use of internal pattern of sounds, the choice of exact words, and their chosen places are the factors which attribute to the free verse. The next thing, free verse is completely different from blank verse. So it is not one and the same thing. Free verse and blank verse is totally different. Free blank verse, which essentially has to occur in iambic pentameter. Iambic pentameter is a metrical foot in verse where unstressed syllable is followed by a straight syllable. What is important in iambic pentameter? A metrical foot is there. A metrical foot is there in verse where an unstressed syllable followed by a stressed syllable. So iambic pentameter is important in blank verse. Blank verse is poetry written with regular metrical but unrhythmed lines. It is described as the most common form of English poetry which has been influential since the 16th century. So from the 16th century, blank verse is used by the poets. It is different from the free verse. Poetic devices explanation. Metaphor. The use of a word or a phrase to refer something that it is not, invoking a direct similarity between the word or phrase used and the thing described. So it is implied or indirect comparison between two dissimilar things. It is implied or indirect comparison between two dissimilar things. Here we found that road is described over here. So road to travel is compared with road to life, and these are two dissimilar things which are compared with the help of a metaphor over here. Repetition. Repetition is another figure of speech. The repetition of a same word or phrase, in some cases full sentence, to make an idea clearer or memorable. So repetition is a figure of speech where we found that a same word or a phrase, or in some cases full sentence, is repeated to make an idea clear or memorable. So here is a time for exercise. Metaphor. The road in the poem does not mean the road to travel. The poet wants to suggest the road of life. Explain the metaphor with the help of the poem. So with the help of a poem we can express the metaphor. We have now with the help of poetic lines we are going to describe the metaphor which is there. Afoot and light-hearted, I take to the open road. Now he has started his journey to the life and he is in a joyful mood. He is enjoying the pleasure of being alive. The word before him is healthy, free. Healthy and free. It is full of spirit. It is vigorous. So everywhere we found that he is taking help of metaphor. Henceforth I ask not good fortune, I myself am good fortune. He is not going to complain. He is going henceforth I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. So everywhere we found that he has used metaphor where the road to travel is compared with the road to life. I do not want the consolations any nearer. Means you do not want any direction, any help from anyone or the people who are very influential. So everywhere he knows that how to come over the difficulties with the help of his own decision making power. Means he has having full control over his life. He knows that there are few problems and difficulties, they are going to be there, but one need not need to stop over there due to all these things. So everywhere we found that the use of metaphor is there in the poem. A repetition, there are certain words that are repeated in the poem. For example, no more is the word which is repeated in the line number 7. Find out other similar expressions explain the effect they have created in the poem. We found that the word good fortune is repeated twice. Then the next word repeated is they are. Here the poet is talking about the influential groups of people. The word is repeated intentionally. Then I carry them is the word which is repeated thrice. That I carry them, the load, the burden, the worry, the tension, the responsibility, he is carrying them. So he's talking about all those things, and that is why he is using the same line and same line over here, that I carry them. The last line, in the last line we found that I am filled with them, I will fill them in return. So same kind of a construction is used over there. And at the same time, we found that, and the repetition is the figure of speech which is used to make the idea clearer or memorable. So it helps the poet to make the idea clearer, whatever he wants to express. So the repetition is the device which helps him in the same. The values, life skills which we have studied in this poem are freedom, freedom from any restrictions, democratic values, overcoming obstacles, the spirit to overcome obstacles, or what we can say self beliefs or confidence. These are the things that help us overcoming obstacles. Open heartedness, we found that the poet is free to meet all. The poet is away from any kind of a prejudices, and that is why he is open hearted. He is full of open heartedness. Now this is the time for homework. Write poetic appreciation of the poem Song of the Open Road with the help of following points. So with the help of following points, we can write poetic appreciation of the poem, about the poem, poet and the title. About the poem, what is important? What is the name of the poem? Song of the Open Road. Poet Walt Whitman. This is a poem, what we can say, one of the poems taken from the major work of Walt Whitman, Leaves of Grass. And what we can say, by it is written by the father of free verse. The theme, we know that what is the theme of this poem. Here the poet writes about self-awareness, about the free wills and tenderness of heart. He compares life, the journey of life, with the journey on a road. And he also tells us about many people and places in this poem. Poetic style, we also discussed about it. The poet is written in a free verse. The language, poetic devices are used over here, that are important in our point of view are metaphor, repetition. And what is important for us in this poem, we have already discussed, is paradox and free verse. These four poetic devices are important for our point of view: paradox, metaphor, repetition and free verse. Special features, what are the special features of this poem? Message, values, morals in the poem we have already discussed. Last but not the least, that your opinion about the poem, whether you like it or not, what kind of a message it gives to you. All these things are you are going to describe about this poem in your opinion of the poem. So every point is important in the appreciation, in the poetic appreciation of the poem. So thank you students, we are going to stop here. We will meet soon in the next session. Thank you.